This video is going to be kind of a follow-up to the most recent video that I did about the Ravens passing game. This is going to be on flood concepts and how they're used in the NFL by other teams. It's a quite short video. As you can see, it's only 3 minutes and 42 seconds long. My hope is to get it to about 6 or 8 minutes in terms of content for you guys. So this is going to be Jameis Winston at quarterback. The Patriots are trying to be really multiple. They're moving a safety, hybrid safety, linebacker into the box. And then they're walking Donta Hightower out to be an OLB right here. You know, he's typically an inside linebacker at this point in his career. And it's a flood concept to the near side. So what I mean by near side is you've got 3 routes developing. You got like a clear out route that looks like it's going to be a corner route. You got a running back running out into the flats. Now the cool thing here is you've got the second level route is this one here. He seems to adjust or adapt this on the fly, if you ask me. He seems to recognize that the coverage is flowing towards the sideline. So the Patriots seem to have recognized the route combination. And instead of just sitting there, to me, he comes back to the football in between the top of the numbers and the hash, making himself available to the quarterback. I would say we sometimes would call that flood in, whereby the guy who's running the flood doesn't continue to the sideline. And in some cases, it's an adjustment or a choice route, or just recognizing where the open space is and finding it. Not necessarily a called play designed to bring it back in between the top of the numbers and the hash. All right, you're going to get 2 plays in a row here, I believe, for the Patriots that are flood concepts. A little bit of motion by 16. Now you get deep crossers here coming from the slot to the bottom side of the screen. And then I think that's Myers. I believe that's his name. So he's coming in motion. He's going to be the over route that's targeted. And then you get these deep crossers. So the potential is there to maybe pick a defender. So you got the deep cross element. And then you also have a high-low here and here. So there's your flood concept. And to me, it's a great throw by the quarterback who has a lot of time. And then a great catch by Myers along the sideline. Show you one more time just so you can see how much time there is against this 4-man rush. He's sitting back here with nothing to do other than read what he wants to throw to. Now, just for effect that Ravens fans, this is Marcus Williams here. And he is taking away one of these routes. For whatever reason, he identified that as the more dangerous route. And then the quarterback, Mac Jones, is able to hit, on the other over concept because it was 2 deep crossers. Now, just so you know, Marcus Williams was playing games with Mac Jones all game that week and did a great job taking away 2 routes at times. This is one of the situations where, because of the spacing with the 2 deep crossers, obviously he cannot take away both of those deep crossers. Williams is back here again at free safety. They're going to run same concept pretty much. Flood concept from the far side. You see these are right-handed quarterbacks. So generally the flood is coming back to the left side of the field, and we've got an incomplete pass. We're going to run it again just so you can see how it works. So these are very similar concepts to what I showed you with the Ravens. You got the clear out here. And then we've got a high-low situation from the backside. The Ravens actually run this exact concept whereby the outside receiver, which is this guy right here, is running the under, and the inside receiver is running the deeper flood, or the deeper of the flood concept. See the way it works. Mac Jones doesn't have as much time here, and again, we've got Marcus Williams deep thirds taking away the deep route. Ravens can cover stuff like this in terms of the 2 flood concept routes. We'll be all right because Marcus Williams is going to make sure we don't get beat deep. Saints are in a little bit of a weird coverage there. A couple of guys playing man, a couple of guys playing zone. All right, play action late in the season by the Titans. It's week 17 or 18. You get a touchdown to the tight end. Now, this is an over concept. You get an over route by A.J. Brown on the backside, and you've got a Y-hide situation here. So we'll see the touchdown catch because people want to see that. Nice design on the play. Ravens don't do this bootleg stuff at all. This guy comes in motion, and then he's the hide concept, short out into the flats. Then you've got the deeper over concept from A.J. Brown, and the tight end is the third element here. All the play action, all the line movement, the running back are all moving this way. Great design. Ravens don't do this one at all with the play action. And we did in 2019 and 2020. We had some of these elements in the offense. We didn't last year, maybe because the run game didn't work as well. You can see the tight end coming into the screen. We do not do this. And then have him run the hide concept underneath, draw people's attention, everyone's, not recognizing that the tight end's already slipped past him for an easy touchdown. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this one. We'll get a couple more interesting plays here at the end. All right, Packers against the Vikings. I think we have 2 plays from this one. You have a very similar looking play, guys, to what I just showed you. Backfield action here. Quarterback, right, like sometimes boot. You got a Y hide here. Very similar play so far. Clear out route up at the top of the screen. But what we do not do, and this is just, hey, the Packers are just interesting. They just have a lot of cool stuff. All those QB collective guys, they run the boot stuff out of 11 personnel, out of 12 personnel, 13 as well. But they have enhancements to it. So keep an eye on this slot right here, number 19. I think it's St. Brown, I believe is his name. Good player. Big target. Same exact play I just showed you against the Titans. Here's the over route. This was A.J. Brown for the Titans. You've got a clear out route on the front side, so that's what makes it different. There's the hide concept there, but this is the target of the play. This is who they want. Now, I guess you could say, hey, that's the 4th option. I don't think that clear out route is part of the read at all for Aaron Rodgers. But you see, same elements, except just a little bit of an enhancement, giving him that 4th option there in case there's pressure in his face. Awesome. Ravens don't do any of that stuff at all. We'd love to see it. All right. 21 personnel by the 49ers against the Titans. They motion who's check out into the slot position. Play action, very similar to the Titans and the Packers play that I just showed you. Backside, you've got an over route coming here. And they're going to hit Deebo Samuel out into the flat. Simple. Deebo Samuel doesn't have to beat anybody one-on-one. He doesn't have to shake anyone with his route. He was the outside receiver. He's running in. And then this guy's running the deeper here, and then you have the third piece of it. Again, Ravens don't run that one a whole lot in the same manner. Trying to get the ball to the outside receiver opposite the direction of the flow. Maybe I'll go back to the all-22 so make sure I say that correctly. What the Ravens will be doing with the over route coming here was this will be a clear out. And maybe you would get one of these occasionally, but not a ton. What we don't do is take the receiver to the side where we are booting back to, and then bring him back to the sideline on a shorter route. I like it. Be a cool way to deal with some of the coverages that we see. Some of those soft coverages that we get, even against twins by the Bengals. They play a soft version of quarters or some of the split field coverages. 2 more plays. Eagles against the Raiders. Another play action. Running back flow going to the same side as all the ones I've shown you so far. And then this time, though, the flood is coming back against or with the grain of the running back. If you guys have watched the other video and you've watched enough of this one, when you saw this play action with Hurts, I'm sure you were expecting this, and obviously maybe a post backside and maybe a delayed route by a tight end out into the flats. Nope. We would call this sail fade. So he's faking the over route. He's faking the over route, and he's bringing it back here. This is your clear out route, and then I believe you've got a secondary route out here into the flats. Cool concept. Ball's already thrown by Hurts because he sees where the opening is going to be. He's trusting that this DB is actually running with the clear out route, which he has to. Cool play. We call it sail fade. You may have different terminology that you use if you've coached or played before. Good protection. Flood concepts take time. They're running the flood back to, with the grain of the play action fake. All right, some people, when they run the flood, they want to go up top. And occasionally, you get one of these guys who wants to go up top. You big play to Justin Jefferson. Of course, you'd like to go up top whenever you have a guy like him. 21 personnel. Motion Adam Thielen down in. Play fake. You do have the flood element, just so you know, the running back out into the flats. Here's Thielen on the deeper route. And there's Jefferson on what, some people would call clear out route, and that's what I would call it too. But this is part of the design. They're trying to go up top and hit a home run here. We don't do that either. However you say it. All right, I believe the last play. Packers in a bunch set against the Saints. Sometimes the coverage just jams it up. And sometimes the spacing isn't good. Got good coverage here already, obviously. Tight coverage here, and not any spacing here at all. So, there's times where, and I think this is just a throwaway. I think he's just throwing this ball in a place where only his receiver can make a miraculous catch. Interesting call here that they run flood on 3rd and 2. I'm not aware that the Packers do that a whole lot, to be honest with you, in 3rd and 2 situations. You also have an outlet on the backside here that's covered well. I mean, everything, if you ask me, is covered well. Great job by the Saints. This was just a quick look at what some other teams do. I'm going to let you guys in the comment section kind of compare it to Ravens stuff. I did indicate that there's a couple of concepts we don't do consistently here. Let me know what you guys think of this. If you'd like me to continue on, I did have 2 other concepts queued up, basically, where I have video. I'd have to edit it or at least put it into the database that we have. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know you'd like to see further content like this. And consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys for your time.